Hello and welcome to your daily news and information update. Today's topic is the government's banking stress tests. The government is set to release the results of its so-called stress tests on the banking industry on Thursday, May 7th. The release has been pushed back to next week, and many had hoped the results would be made public as early as May 4th. The tests have been conducted and compiled by the Treasury and Federal Reserve as a means of assessing the values of assets at banks who had received or will receive bailout funding through TARP and other programs. Austin Goolsbee, top presidential advisor and one of the leaders of the testing project, said that the delay is largely due to a disagreement by banks and regulators as to the results of the tests. Some, including Warren Buffett and economist Peter Morici, has said that they don't think many or any American banks could pass a reasonable stress test. The entire system has just become far too unstable in light of deregulation and financial mismanagement. Some also wonder what the point of these tests would be. If the administration releases a result saying that Bank X could not pass its stress test, it would certainly lead to a market run on that institution, completely undermining it. At the same time, if the administration is not willing to be upfront about which banks are worthwhile and which are not, why was all the time and effort wasted with these elaborate tests? Regulators are expected to release figures on May 7th as to how much additional funding will be required to prop up the banking system into 2010. But this does not address the systemic problems of that sector as a whole. So far, we know that of the major banks, Citigroup is in perhaps the worst shape, followed by Bank of America. And much of Bank of America's weakness comes from its absorbing of dying banks like Wachovia. We also know that the strongest banks are Goldman Sachs, America's only remaining investment bank, and JPMorgan Chase. It is unlikely that the May 7th report will sway these popular views in any significant way. And these companies are already guaranteed billions in additional funding through the TARP funding initiative that was put in place by the Treasury last year. The May 7th stress report is certain to contain important information for experts and the public alike. However, it will probably not affect any major changes or revisions on the plans which were already set in place a year ago. On behalf of concerned citizens, I'm Craig Harrington. For more on this and other related topics, please log on to economyincrisis.org.
What is to become of us? Why are we oblivious, spiraling down and out of control? Better start yelling out, America is selling out factories, industries, heart and soul.